been almost a week, well exactly a week, since I finished Land's End on a Groats by bike. But what I didn't do before I left was give you a rundown on my kit, so I thought you might like to see what kind of things I took. So here's a little overview of what I had with me. Starting with the obvious, here's my bike. As you can see, it's got some nice shiny new wheels on it, which I had to get halfway through. So it's not exactly how I started, but it pretty much is, other than it's a bit dirtier. It's just a regular hybrid specialised bike, and it's served me pretty well so far, and I've just got a rack on the back there which holds my 2 panniers, which are here. And then if we look at some of the kit, so on top of the rack I would have just a tent, and then a thermarest in a dry bag with my lock on top. And I've also got this really handy, this net. It's really super handy for holding it onto the rack. It's got some good little clips on the side. And then my helmet. So this time is slightly different to last year. I have this new helmet by Lumos. It's seriously awesome helmet, particularly for when you're riding at night. So you can just quickly turn it on the back, and it's really visible light, so it really helps at night, which is great. So that's really good. Then I have my sleeping bag and some other bits. So we've got things like just a mug that's really handy just to have breakfast out of, or an odd cup of tea or whatever. Head torch, some glasses. I got this ball en route, so Phil gave me this. Phil from Reach Outdoors, gonna go just to help massage my legs a little bit when they get stiff. And then I've got a travel towel, which is obviously really handy, and then I like to have a paperback book with me as well. And when I was at the National Trust Southwest Outdoors Festival, I got this from Yeo Valley, and actually that's super handy for off the bike, just chucking a load of things in, like the book and a water bottle or whatever, just to walk around with. Then moving over into the second pannier, I had like clothes and things, so obviously a nice high-vis jacket from Enduro, which is good. My trusty buff to keep me nice and warm when the wind's blowing. And having learnt from the walk, it's really important, I think, to have a second pair of shoes so you don't get trench foot. So I've got some flip-flops with me this time. And then some, in terms of clothes, some things to keep me warm, so obviously hat and gloves. I've got, absolutely love this down jacket from Rab. It's brilliant. It packs down small and it's super warm, and then just a nice fleece to go with it. I've also got a nice warm top for the evening, then also a top for if it gets particularly hot during the day, and then just 2 pairs of leggings, so I can wear one during the day and it gets wet, doesn't matter. I've got another spare pair for at night. And then what was I wearing during the day? I had a pair of trainers, obviously underwear and stuff, as well as this nice pair of shorts. I love these ones from Liv, I think they're brilliant. About time I got a new pair though, I think. They're wearing a bit thin. And then just a really simple black, long sleeve black top I found really good, regulating my body temperature, so that was awesome. And then just some obvious bits of kit, some, you know, like repair stuff for if I get punctures or whatever, some oil for my chain, and some tack over there, battery pack, and then sun lotion, ever hopeful that it'll be sunny, and it was, and this is a really helpful, really nice organic one there, British company. So this is a bit of an overview of what I had. If you've got any tips for what you would take, or you'd do something different. I mean, I met up with a guy called Rory en route, and he had done super light packing, so he didn't have half this stuff. He just had a really nice out kit, sort of saddle bar bag, so that would just come out the back of his saddle, and he didn't need all of this heavy bags or anything, so he did it quite differently. But that's what I did. So if you're heading off on an adventure, let me know what you're taking. I'd love to hear, as I say, what you do differently. Bye!